Hey everybody, Shop Time with Dave back at you. Well, we're getting awful close on this PM research number 3. There's only 6 more drawings or so to go. Let's see if we can knock out 2 or 3 of them in this video. Let me show you what we got. I lined out 3 drawings that we can get started with. Valve linkage. This is our little adapter that's going to turn our valve linkage from a threaded rod into the end of the valve. I think after that we'll jump on this packing nut. Looks easy enough. 1/4 28 thread. We ought to be able to manage that one way or another. I'll figure it out. And then we'll see if we can finish up with the crank bearing. Looks pretty simple. Hopefully it goes pretty quick. So I really want to finish this little project up. See it run. That'll be fun. At least for me. Maybe for you. Here we are back at the lathe. Let's start by doing a little facing cut. I'm going to move over 3/16 or 188. I have our dial set. Let's do it. 50, 100, 150, 60, 70, 80, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that we're there, let's move in and put a little mark. That'll work. Now we can move into that mark progressively until we get to our diameter. I'm going to start turning this down now. I'm going to kick the motor on, get her spinning. Come in there and just touch off till we hear a little bit of sound and see some chips. Then I'll back off and move in a little bit. This is such a small cut, I'm not even going to use the power feed. $175. We're looking for 125. So we need to take off 50. We'll just ease into that real slow. Looks like we're at 129.5. I'll go ahead and move it in the rest of the way. We'll finish out our cut. See how we did. Nailed it. 125. Now we need to part this little guy off of there. So I've touched off at the front of it. Going to back out. Our dial is set to 0. This tool is 120 wide. So first thing we need to do is move over 120. 50. 100. 10. 20. Now that puts the back side of the tool even with the front of the part. Now we need to move over 11/32. 11/32 comes out to 343. Zero my dial. 100, 200, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I went just a little bit extra to give me a tiny bit of cleanup on the other side. Let's see if we can park that guy off of there and not lose it. Let's do a little bit of deburr action real quick. And we lost it. Found it. I got it flipped around in the chuck now. And we're just going to buzz off this little end. Perfect. Time to come in here and spot that. Now we got a tap drill in here, and we're gonna drill to the white dot there. You gotta keep them chips clear. Okay, it's time to tap it. Got some tapping juice on there. Our little tiny tap handle and a tap follower to keep some pressure on it. Feels like it's bottomed out. We better stop. Last thing to do is poke a little hole in this guy. So we'll start off like usual with our center drill. Give her a go. And now we drill. There's one part. Look how tiny that thing is. Next up, Let's get started on this packing nut. Doesn't look too bad. Pretty straightforward. There's not a lot to do. The only thing that'll be a slight challenge is cutting this 1/4 28 thread. And the only reason why that's a challenge is I haven't threaded on this lathe yet, so that'll be a little bit new. Let's get started. As we always do, let's start by facing it off. Okay, I need to move in 281 and make a mark so I know where to stop. So I'm watching the dial down there. 100, 200, 50, 60, 70, 81. Let's make a little mark right there. Now with that mark in place, we can turn this down to 1/4. And since the flats are already a 1/4, as soon as the flats go away, we know we're done. If we go slightly under, not going to hurt anything, just gives us a little bit of extra clearance on the threads, and that's perfectly fine. Let's go about 10. We're right where we want to be. All right, let's try threading this. We'll start out with just a little tiny scratch pass. I already have all of our dials and levers set. My first try threading on this lathe. Let's see how it goes. Back away from the material a little. We got a little bit of a thread there. Let's look at it. I've got our little thread pitch gauge. Here's number 28. I line it up and it looks real good. Let's see if we can keep threading. This could be the last pass. Let's check it. This is the part that it threads into. Feels like a good fit to me. We better stop while we're ahead. We need to pop an 1/8 inch hole through there, so let's start with a little dimple to start the drill with. The 1/8 inch drill is in. Let's go ahead and put a hole through it. As you can see, I'm backing out pretty often to keep those chips clear. That'll do it for popping a hole through. Time to part it off. I've already touched off on the front, so we need to move over 120 to line the back side up with the front side of the part. $110, $20. Reset the dial to 0. We need to go 3/8, so that's 375. 100, 200, 300, 50, 60, 75. We're clear, so we can go ahead and begin the part off process. Let's go ahead and hit that with a file real quick to break the edge. I got a little drill I'm going to try to catch it with. There's our little guy. Off camera, I'll finish deburring it. There we go. It's a little tiny thing, isn't it? Let's see if we can get one more part done in this video. Crank bearing. We'll make it out of this little piece of cold roll steel. It's going to be a pretty tiny thing. Now, as you can see, I've already faced it off and started to turn it down. Somehow I managed to either not hit record or didn't hit it hard enough. But currently we're at 506 and we're aiming for 313. So we got quite a bit to take off yet. Looks like 313 to me. I can move in 160 and make a little mark. 150, 60. Now we need to turn this very outer part down to 187. Looks like we better stop there. I'm at 185, so we actually took two too many. Oops, I got a little overexcited. Let's come back to our 160. And then back out. Break the edges. With our center drill in, let's make a little dimple. Now we pop a 1/8 hole through it. Need to move over 120. to line the tool up with the part. $100, $10, $20. Reset to 0. Now move 160. $100, $50, $60. 0. Dial again. 3/30 seconds, which is 94. 50, 60, 70, 80, 94. Time for the part off. Break our edge. Insert our little drill to catch it. There's our little bearing. There's our little bearing. Sure is a little guy. Well, all right, everybody. I think that brings us to the end of another one. Got 3 more parts done this time around. And that part count's getting really low. We're going to be at the end of this project before we know it. So thanks for coming along for the ride. Come back for more Shop Time with Dave.